Greetings and welcome to an All You Can Geek Gamecast. Tonight, I am your host, Corey Feinsod, with Mike Snitty.
What's up?
Did you first this time? and Tony
Hey yo.
Korkanakis. Hey. So tonight, unfortunately, Jim cannot join us again, but he will return hopefully next time we are here. In the meantime, we do have a great cast for you. So a lot of news, actually. Let's kick it off with what we're up to and start with you, Tony. What do we got?
Let me see. I completed the week prior. I beat Pragmata or was on the verge of beating it, but I beat it and then I did the extra stuff because there's unlockable content after you beat the game. So I did all that. So technically, the only thing I've left is lunatic mode, which
Ooh, sounds crazy.
yeah, I'm waffling on just because unlike Resident Evil games, which is the other Capcom franchise, which previously you could just be like, yeah, I'll do the hardest mode, but with the things I've already unlocked in the game. With Pragmata, you have to start basically fresh, and I'm just like,
Hmm.
but to get to the point you do for the post game content, you need to basically get all the power ups anyway. So in my mind, I'm like, I don't want to do that again. Like, I don't want
Yeah.
to do that. Not that it would be too terribly long because I know the solutions and the puzzles and how to get to everywhere, but I'm just like, that's a lot of work. And I'm
It's
holding out that if
the
I just
thought of
wait,
doing it.
yeah, the thought to do it. So I'm just holding out that they'll patch that to be different in a couple months. So probably putting that to rest, which is fine because I think it took me low 20s something for everything. So that's fine with me.
Oh, nice.
Enjoyed my time with it. But yeah, it's probably my game of the year right now, which is surprising because
Ooh.
Resident Evil 9 was a really good game to head run that, but I think this is a bit more fresh, so I got to give it its flowers there
Hmm.
for being a new IP.
And
And
new
yeah,
IP. Yeah.
exactly. So totally blew me away. Capcom is very confident. They've already tweeted out they're like, we're not done with 2026 yet because they have the new Onimusha game coming out still. So it's like,
Yeah.
damn, if they come out with 4 games that are bangers back to back to back, pretty impressive. Other than that, played more Turtles Splintered Fate with some friends. Got all the way to Shredder, who I assume is the last boss. Maybe, maybe not. But that fight is so cheap. Oh my god! Like we were not prepared for the type of crap he was doing. It's like in Hades. It's just like, oh, the first time you get to Hades, you just get your ass whooped. It's like, oh, like the game's got jokes here. Um, so it's fine. The game is really fun. The co-op really makes it shine, gives it that edge over Hades, where it's kind of like we're
Right.
just. It was the three of us, so we're just like going through the game and powering up and figuring out builds and stuff. I'm torn on Mike. Did you get the DLC for this with any of the optional characters?
Um, I got the one that gives you the like one branching path in the middle.
Oh, they did. Okay,
Um,
I think it's Casey Jones.
yeah, I think I got like one DLC. There might be something
Hmm.
else, but everything is super cheap involving this game. So like, we're talking like single digit
Oh yeah,
prices
yeah,
for
for sure.
anything.
I was just curious because
Yeah,
um,
I mean nothing. That was I felt like you know it's I guess it's kind of like a middle chapter of it. You can go somewhere else, and it's basically a new level. That felt the most substantial of any of the DLC. I think there is
Hmm.
something else where you get like some other character. I don't remember though. I haven't played in a little bit, but I do wonder. Do you still have to wait for everyone to individually upgrade when you're done with this
yep,
area?
that
Yeah,
is the single worst. And I get it, right? Because like I don't know if
yeah.
they could have divvied it up like
I wish they would
each
split
screen.
screen that
Yes,
shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But that is the worst because like every time we're playing with somebody new and they don't know how to like really do it, and they're reading every upgrade and comparing it. I'm just like, I just want to kill it. So uh, it's all right. It's not that bad. But yeah, I'll probably get the DLC just because I guess the one criticism of the game I have is that the I don't want to say this. The environments are very samey. Like I don't think it changes up too much at all, if any.
Hmm.
Maybe the
Yeah, I'm
bosses
trying.
themselves do a
I'm
little
trying
bit.
to think. Does the environments ever really matter other than just breaking boxes?
Yeah, I don't.
I don't know, not really.
Yeah. So it's been nice to have like a bit more variety there. I get the game was super budget because it's a licensed game and everything like that. But to me, that is one of the big criticism. I'm like, yeah, if we just had, because when you it's a roguelike, so when you die, you start fresh over again. But that night we did 4 runs, I think. So it's just like, oh, we're on the rooftops again, or we're on the sewers again. It's like, okay, but like maybe every now and then introduce something random where it's like, hey, you're on the streets now, and fighting different mobs and stuff like that. That would
Yeah,
be my biggest hope
and
for
and
a
maybe
sequel.
maybe I meta progressed too much, but I did get to the point where it felt like the runs themselves were shortish.
Yeah,
But maybe I was just too overpowered after a while because
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah,
I did play this a lot for a while, and you do get substantial meta progression options in this game.
yeah,
A
yeah,
lot.
for sure. But yeah, been enjoying that. And then just more Arc Raiders. They had the big patch today. Haven't tried it out yet, but
Hmm.
some people love it and some people hate it. So we'll see where
That's what
that's.
you're gonna
I
get for any
Yeah,
patch or
yep,
any like
I
exactly.
update.
heard this
So
had more for the PvP people this time.
Well,
At
there's a
least I
new
read a headline that
well,
said
there's a
that.
new map.
That's all
So
Yeah,
I guess a little both. There's a new map, some new tools, new blueprints, new arc, like a big arc
it's
too.
cool. Mm.
But yeah, everybody in a couple of the discords have been like posting things. I'm like, damn it, like I don't have the time today. Gonna have to wait till next week. So
yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'll go real quick because I just been playing Borderlands more, so I'm just been very it's crazy. It got me back with the DLC character, even though the DLC content as far as story goes was pretty short and uninspired. The character itself has been fun
is there still
to
broken?
go through that level progression. Yeah, still pretty crazy, which
They didn't
is
nerf them or
interesting.
buff
Like
the other
we'll see.
characters.
Not really. They had an opportunity to, and they haven't done it yet. They also had an opportunity to nerf them, and they haven't done it. So that's good. There is going to be some new content coming next month. So like a new raid boss and other little stuff. So like they keep sprinkling it in. We'll see. There is another character at some point. I think they said there are going to be two of them. So
What's the
at some point
progression
there'll
in
be
this
another.
game? Like, is it like Diablo where it's like N+1 difficulty settings, or like?
So they have like ultimate vault hunter mode essentially, and then
Mhm.
there's levels to that. So it's level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5, level 6, level 7 now. They add level 5 and then they added 6 and then just added 7, I think. They are adding 7 or they had just added 7 recently.
So you can do
So
7.
just uh I'm not there yet with this character. I'm still going through the
Oh,
progression,
okay.
but on the other
Okay.
character I was maxed
Gotcha.
ultimate vault hunter mode.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Gotcha.
Yep. But yeah, just just more of the same. It's just fun going through it. So getting those drops. All right, Mike, what have you been doing here? What do you got?
Still Crimson Desert mostly.
Ah, we have some news
Yeah.
on that.
Yes, we do. They did another patch, which people are a little torn on because it hurt the frames a little bit again. But it gave us some decent quality of life options. You can sort your your inventory better, and you have more things to put in your lodging to not infinitely, but there's like 1,000 spaces that you can like hoard stuff in. So it helps. I'm decently far in it, but I am getting to the point where I'm a little ready to like get to the end. I
Mm.
looked stuff up that had been like a bugaboo of mine since the beginning. Things I couldn't figure out. I looked them up. I'm like, all right, let me just see what I'm supposed to do here. And of course, one of the things was I was trying to go in and exit instead of um, entering a puzzle area the right way. And another thing was just some stupid, obscure like thing where I guess I missed an upgrade thing in the story, and the alternate way to do it is just like just wander over there somewhere and find this thing. I was like, "Oh, okay, I would have never
Mm.
done that on my own." So there is nonsense like that, but I'm still enjoying it enough, and I want to finish it pretty soon because I'm also has one eye to the future to First Light, 007 First Light, which is one of my more anticipated games of the year. That's coming at the end of May, so it's still a month away,
Soon.
but it's relatively soon. But this game's still holding up for me, and I guess I haven't even gotten to well, like half of the map location yet. So there's stuff to do. I
It's
have
a
almost
huge
100.
game. Dang.
Yes, I have almost 120 hours in it. I do wonder if I'm burning myself out a little bit before I get to that stuff, but there are two other alternate characters to play, although the incentives for doing so are kind of iffy. I'm in a section with one of them where you're required to be one of them now, and
Hmm.
she's all right. And that's also iffy too because you pretty much have to respec because they don't share all of the upgrade stats. But there's enough respecs. It's just tedious to do. There's a lot of things that are still stupid in this game, but um, you just keep going back. That's just how it is, and
I hear you.
how it's been.
I just keep
Yep.
going back to the same old games too. So,
Yep.
all right. Well, we did have something pop up in the news regarding Crimson Desert, so let's
Two
just
things.
jump right into
Two things.
that. Okay, couple things here. First one was that Crimson Desert has sold so well that the developers had reportedly given every employee a bonus of $3,400, which is very nice.
Nice.
I don't usually see that
They
often.
did. They're somewhere probably north now of 5 million right now after about a month, so that's pretty
Which
good.
is crazy. Like Tomb Raider hits 4 million or whatever it was, and that's a failure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but again, it's one of those things where you have to look at the development cost, right? So again,
Sure.
wherever the Tomb Raider games were developed, way more expensive in Korea, South Korea. Um,
Hmm.
and this technically started out as a spin-off to the Black Desert series. That's why there's desert in the name. And they
Right.
decided to pivot to a single player game instead. So
Hmm.
you know,
They
uh,
probably didn't hire any writers. Well, that's not 100% true, but it doesn't seem like they've hired like a lot or veteran writers.
What else was there? I didn't get to see Crimson Desert
I think we
related
did
stuff.
cover it the week before where it crossed the 5 million threshold,
Ah,
got
gotcha.
maxed out.
Yep. Yeah. So then, yeah, doing really well. Glad to see it. 'Cause,
The nice thing
go
about this
Korea.
is that the CEO actually made this a public statement, which you can be, the cynic in me or other online people, it's like, oh, well, it's just them patting the shoulder and stuff. But
Right.
in today's day and
Hmm.
age, I would much prefer news like this, where CEOs are
Yeah.
announcing they're giving bonuses to their employees and sharing that profit rather than
Especially because it goes the other way all too
all
often.
too often. Oh, it's like, hey, your game bombed. Your studio closed. Hey, your game sold mega busters, broke records. You're laid off. It's like, okay, so release a
Yeah.
game, you're laid off. Doesn't matter. Like, cool.
Yeah. Speaking of things that,
We do have two
well,
sales records there, milestones.
oh, the Crimson Desert.
No, not Crimson Desert, but other games.
For the other thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. So I was gonna say, speaking of other great sales, we had the anniversary for Expedition 33, 1 year anniversary, I should say.
Yep.
It has sold 8 million copies to date. So I'm assuming more than that. Obviously, there's rounding that number
Yeah,
to that, which is pretty ridiculous.
Yeah.
that is
And not only
amazing.
that,
Yeah,
yeah, well, especially for
an
a
RPG.
indie air quote studio,
Let's say debut game because that's accurate.
yeah, that debut game, and which just like basically swept every like game award,
Yep.
which is
Yeah.
uh, amazing for that game, and it deserves it. I
Yeah.
love that
And
game so
that
much.
might be the reason why it has such a great, long tail
Yeah,
sales because
absolutely. I
every
mean,
time
Mhm.
there's
that's
a new
Keeps
award
popping
thing
up.
in a new area, they're like, oh, okay,
yeah.
yes,
I mean,
I'll
same
get
thing.
that.
We saw the same thing with Baldur's Gate 3, Cyberpunk. Although I don't think it won
Yep.
any games of the year. Witcher 3 probably is better accurate of that. Last of
Yeah.
Us, Tears of the Kingdom, or no, Breath of the Wild is probably more accurate there. But yeah, I mean, great game. Like people hear, oh, this one game of the year, like that does mean something to some
Yes,
people. So
absolutely, and especially because it's happening. Not that they won this game of the year, and then that game of the year, and then this like they're throughout
throughout the year,
the
yeah.
year. But also a game you mentioned earlier, Tony,
Mm-hmm.
Resident Evil has sold 7 million, the fastest in the series.
Yeah,
Uh, which is I mean, I'm
Right.
just thinking about that. Like we just talked about
8 million game. Yeah,
Expedition getting 8 million, and this is already at 7 million, and it came out this year.
Yep, 2 months ago.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh,
it's funny. I was hanging out with my brother today, and we were going over how I was talking to him about like how Capcom really they're on a victory tour
turned it
right now.
around.
Yeah, they did because I was talking about like the 2010s for Capcom was off between Resident Evil 5 and Resident Evil 6. You had that Devil May
Yeah.
Cry, like the broke ass DMC.
You know.
Like,
We had the fuck Capcom era.
yeah, we had the fuck
Yeah.
Capcom era, and I'm happy because they turned it around. They listened to a lot of criticism. They're like, all right, we need to stop chasing the Western trends and just make the types of games we're good at, right? And Resident Evil just turned it around for that. Like, I don't think people understand how bad Resident Evil 6 was. My brother is a super diehard Resident Evil fan who has played and beaten multiple, kind of like Corey with Borderlands. Like, he's beaten Resident Evil 2 on like multiple platforms, multiple times. Same thing with all of them. And he himself could not bear to like complete RE6. He was just like, this is fucking shit.
Which one was that? What happened? What's the premise of that one?
Um,
I just
I
know
don't
that
know.
6 looks like a giraffe
The
taking a
giraffe blow,
blowjob.
the giraffe blow job
Right.
one.
Yeah, I remember that low job.
No,
Low job. Logo.
yeah,
You
Jesus
know.
Christ.
yeah. The premise is I don't know. It took all the main characters of all the games, but like it was super bad actiony. There's like
Mm.
no horror
Okay.
elements or anything like that. And they had to, after that, even though it sold well, going back to the Tomb Raider reference, it sold for the time a lot of copies. But then in Capcom Investor, like actually we had projected even higher than that, so we consider this a not good outcome. So that's
Mm-hmm.
when they had to like be like, all right, guys, RE7, we cannot repeat this. We need to go back to the drawing board, and rest is history. So
Yeah.
good for
Good.
Capcom.
Good for them. Yeah. Because now you're getting games like Pragmata and stuff.
Yep.
So.
And then also they, have to give them credit for popularizing Monster Hunter by sticking with it because that was
Mm-hmm.
an unknown franchise practically for the longest time, and even because originally it was a handheld series. Back in
Yeah.
the day, it was a PSP and then 3DS franchise, and they kept releasing them and just slowly building up that audience until they finally hit gold at the Monster Hunter World on PS4 and Xbox One, whatever it was, PC. So yeah,
You know.
Capcom's winning.
Good for them. For them. Let's get into some other news regarding some games here. We had the Venom game, which was rumored to be a
Cancelled.
This is a
thing.
mess.
Well, it was rumored
Insomniac,
to be a
something's so
thing,
weird.
and then it was also rumored to be canceled due to the voice actor for Venom passing away tragically, unfortunately. But then Jason Schreier says that the Venom game is not canceled. So I assume like you put a lot of effort and money into a game, and it's just not to say that it's a tragic thing, but the voice actor can be replaced and or you can find someone who sounds very similar. Whereas the
Right.
cost of like
So,
canning a game is a little bit more, I would assume.
mhm. So this was Tony Todd who passed away. Who was in the Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, and also he's famously Candyman from like the horror
Yeah.
movies back in the day.
Oh, that was scary.
Yeah.
Um,
Those are scary movies.
yeah, yeah. So, but basically he's the Venom voice, the monster is one. So that there are people that like a lot of, not to minimize what he's done, but people can do like that type of voice. It's like a voice actor like specialty type of thing. So, but it is interesting. The guy who, well, originally this was part of the leak, right? We knew that the Venom game was supposed to come out about now, or maybe last year.
Yeah.
Never happened. And the voice actor for Miles Morales in Insomniac, was the one who said that this happened this way. And then Jason Schreier said, "This isn't true." I'm not sure exactly what he's referring to. He could just be saying that that's not the reason why, or that the
Yeah,
game's still on.
he
I'm
didn't
not
clarify.
sure. But it is interesting that why would Miles, what, I don't know his first
Say
name. I know
that.
his last name's Jeter. But why would he say that otherwise, or is he just confused?
I mean,
Like,
it could be one of
or
those things
I
where
don't know.
maybe that's what he was told, right?
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, with
Hmm.
especially these companies, it's like, hey, we have to tell you a reason, And we're going to tell you a reason. Doesn't have to be the reason or the
Right.
biggest reason.
And we also forget sometimes voice actors aren't really part of these teams.
No,
Like
no.
they're there for like a week or two recording stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe more if they're like
Yeah.
if it's more involved or
Motion
there's
cap
like
and stuff.
mocap, but they're not they're just, consultants, and they don't too much have they're not there for a very long time,
Yeah.
really. So
Yeah, and
it
like
doesn't
the thing is, these games have such a big budgets, and
yeah.
so it's kind of hard. I
So
find it hard to believe that they
here's
would just cancel
yeah.
for a voice actor.
Here's what I'm thinking. I feel this is my supposition here. Just I don't know anything, but I feel because of the reduction in workforce that Sony did to a lot of studios, including Insomniac, despite Spider-Man 2 being the fastest selling PlayStation game of all time or whatever.
Whatever the metrics you want to spin it.
Yeah. Um,
Mhm.
I feel that with that reduced count, they had to really choose what they wanted to do. And it was either, hey, Venom DLC, which we know and we have talked about in the past that DLC, even at its best, only sells to like roughly 30% of owners, right? So you sell a DLC to maybe 30% of those, 15 million or whatever, or
Mhm.
you focus everybody onto Wolverine now, which has the
Right.
potential to do 15 million on its own because it's new IP. It's not a sequel, not a DLC. So I feel that's what happened, and then we will see the Venom thing, but more as a like Miles Morales like standalone
Standalone.
spin-off
Yeah.
title
Well,
for the
I thought
PS6 cross-gen era.
I thought that was what that game was always going to be, a Miles Morales type, like standalone, but like, smaller version.
Hmm.
But I mean, I'm personally glad they've prioritized Wolverine.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's good. We'll see, but um,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know.
But well,
It's a mess, especially with the leak too. I
Yeah,
think they were
yeah.
they also wanted to get people off the trail of what they were doing a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised if that factored into them just
yeah,
not
for sure.
doing what that roadmap was anyway. So who knows
Mhm.
exactly what's going on at
Well,
Insomniac.
they're spending a lot of money, and former PlayStation executive
Mm.
Shuhei Yoshida has suggested that Sony will struggle to recoup the huge budgets invested in its first-party games without porting them to PC, because there was news that that was going to stop or something.
Yeah, they're done.
Yeah, we
I
talked
think
about
they've
it a couple
stopped
weeks ago.
already. Like
Concentration Shredder, yeah.
Saros just came out. There's no plans for them to do a PC port, I don't think, for
This
Saros.
I don't understand.
Well, again, I think there was a few things that came out where the numbers just seemed like they're doing less than 1 million when in the percentages that typically for their ports. So they just kind of didn't think it was worth it numbers wise. But this Yoshida is saying that that's not true. That the numbers, even if it was marginal, is what needed them put them over or something. I don't know. And again, he's also got fired by some by who fired him?
Jim Ryan
Jim
fired
Ryan.
him
Jim Ryan. So
because he felt like
who
he
knows what he thinks
wasn't
or what
listening to him.
their issue is. So
Well,
there's
Jim
could
Ryan's
be
the
some
reason
bad
that
blood there.
Jim Ryan's the reason that PlayStation's going through
Live service.
a bunch of bullshit. Which again, the game service thing, which has all been but a failure except for Helldivers 2. I'm always keeping
Like the first one.
Yeah, I always keep my eyes on the marathon numbers, and that's under 20K now concurrent users daily on Steam. So it's getting close to those Concord numbers. Unfortunately, like it's closer to the Concord numbers than to Arc Raider. So yeah, I do not think Bungie is long for the world in the form and shape it is today. I I fully believe Sony's just going to absorb them and be like, yeah, you're a Sony studio now, like 100% through and through, and you're gonna make the games we
Yep.
tell you to make, and that's the end of that. But yeah, Yoshida, like, it is interesting because he did come out. He's been very forthcoming. I think it's the limit of NDA after being not an employee of Sony anymore. Because just a couple weeks ago he was talking about the Bloodborne thing, and why we haven't seen a Bloodborne sequel or remake. He's talked about this. I think even last week there was supposed to be some news about. We had something else I wanted to mention with Yoshida. I just forget what it was, but Yeah, he's
I
just
think it was the Jim Ryan
the
thing
Jim Ryan
firing
thing.
him. He was saying like Jim Ryan fired me because I wasn't listening to him,
Yeah, I
and
wasn't doing what he said. Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
Well, the thing is, I
uh,
mean, CEOs are going to be CEOs. Unfortunately, it's just in this regard is it'd be like if the the new Nintendo CEO came around, is like, Miyamoto, go fuck yourself. It's like, what? Like, this dude is responsible for a lot of your legacy right now. Where it's like,
and he was the
yeah,
face of like the success that PlayStation had
yeah,
when
like,
Xbox put out that one, and it was
yeah,
like, let's fumble this real hard, and PlayStation
that
stepped
entire
right in.
video, which ironically we could talk about in a moment here, where it's like, this is how you share a PlayStation game with a friend. Here you go. Like, that alone probably tipped so many people to get a PlayStation 4 over an Xbox Series or an Xbox
Yeah,
One. Like,
that's yeah
that
crazy.
that is so insane to me. Like, it's like, yep, like, yep. So,
Yeah, talk about it, Tony. What why do you bring that up? Like,
so apparently there's this weird thing with digital games on PlayStation 5 right now where if you go into offline mode, any digital games you have will be telling you to go back online within 30 days to re-authenticate your license
yeah,
that you own the game with the PlayStation servers, or you won't be able to play that game until you do, which has kind of thrown people for a loop or surprise.
yeah, they updated their digital licensing terms of service, I think, and that
I've
definitely
seen
caused a big
Yeah,
there's still
uproar. And
some confusion. I've seen a few different like versions, sort of like disputing what this means a little bit, but I'm not sure yet. It doesn't sound good.
no, it definitely
yeah,
doesn't sound good because this is exactly what Microsoft wanted to do with the Xbox One originally.
yeah,
Remember, it's
exactly.
That's
like
exactly why.
where that one guy, what was
They-
his
they-
name? Fucking, oh god, Andrew Ortis or something like that. The Microsoft employee that was like ranting on Twitter. He's like, "Why the fuck would I live in Arkansas?" And somebody's like, well, "What if you live in Arkansas? You don't have good internet. You can't connect." He's like, well, "Why the fuck would I live there?" It's like,
Arkansas.
you remember that guy? You remember him?
Yeah, I remember the
Oh, but
tweet or whatever it
Yeah.
was.
But this
Hmm.
is that exact
but
system that they were talking
I
about
mean,
back then.
this
So
is
yeah, so
what
basically what
what
happened
we always
was
feared with digital games,
Yeah.
basically.
yeah, the
If it
digital
goes
license
through.
changes are going to be taking place starting after March 2026 firmware update, which is now obviously. And so yeah, 30 days checks, which is crazy.
The
So
thing
unless you
that's a little bit of
can,
an asterisk. I've read some stuff that says like there's certain situations where it just becomes, you know, infinite. But I'm not exact. If it's like your home console or something, I don't know. There's some asterisks to it,
There's some
but
asterisk, and Sony
it's
unfortunately isn't
unclear.
saying anything. The one thing I did
Yeah.
see, the latest thing was somebody was saying they suppose or assume, whichever you want to use here, that this policy is in place to prevent people from exploiting a refund process. I don't know how it works on PlayStation, but if it works like Steam does, as long as you don't play the game for 2 hours on Steam, you can refund that. Like, it's totally automated. You don't have to contact
you know,
customer service. You just click refund. So apparently they think Sony implemented this so you couldn't buy whatever brand new game, go to offline mode, play the game, and then go online and have I don't even know why it would work, how it would work, but they're saying like it would be tricking Sony servers, being like, oh, you haven't played this for 2 weeks or whatever the time window is for a refund, and basically just keep playing games. So I don't know how much I believe that. I just want something official from Sony or a statement to one of the IGN or GameSpot or whoever. It doesn't really affect me personally because I don't fucking buy digital games on PlayStation because fuck that noise. I was pissed when I lost my library from PS3 to PS4, so I said never again.
Yeah.
Unless it was super cheap and I didn't care. That's it.
you know. All right, so now let's talk about real quick Steam machine, Steam controller. The Steam controller is coming out next month, right?
Yep.
So it's gonna be $99. It looks very much like a Steam Deck setup here, in that it's got the touch pads down below, but then it also has the sticks, the buttons, and the D-pad. But it'll also have back buttons. So I actually really like the Steam Deck and the way it feels in the hand.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm very curious to see how this controller feels because I would definitely be down to get one of these. They look kind of cool, and it's only. I mean, controllers
Only?
are
What do you mean
expensive.
only?
I was
What
gonna
do you know?
wait for it. I was like, it's only a little bit more than like a regular controller, but it's got like elite controller features. So that's where I was going with that.
Okay.
It looks so chunky though. It reminds me of the original Xbox
The
controller.
Duke. The Duke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I so like, um, if you get like a was it a Scuff or elite controller, those are 150, right? And so this has similar features for $50 less. I don't know. It seems like could be good to me.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I'm not in the market for it,
Sure.
but
Well, we're also learning that, as Tony rightfully predicted, and I was very far off, that the Steam Machine
we're
is
hoping.
going to be
You were
getting a
hoping.
price increase before we even get a price release.
This
The
is like
prices are going
So,
up, but you never release the price. They're going up.
it's like the
exactly.
internal delay of Fable from last week. You never even see it, but it happened.
Mhm. We're delaying it, but you haven't released. Told us when it was getting released. It's delayed. It's
Yeah.
price is going up.
Price
We don't know
increase.
what the price is. It's still going up. So,
Yeah,
all right,
it's a super
it's
unfortunate
crazy.
because
This has to be, what do we think now? $1,000 minimum?
minimum. I
That's
cannot see
yeah.
a world where there's even a grand is like is
99.99.
even 9.99. I'm like, how
Dude,
much
a
are you
gallon
getting?
of gas is 4.25 by me. That's like this machine's got to be a grand at least. My God.
Yeah.
And then we
Does it
won't even
run on
see it.
gas?
I'm just saying, like
I know.
how much it costs to get things from one place to another now. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just saying, that's
Yeah.
what the things go up because of that.
Yep.
So,
Well, in addition to tariffs, in addition to electronic shortage, RAM
RAM.
shortage, chip shortage, plastic shortage, apparently, transportation, like oil in general, is just everything's going up. And unfortunately, the consumer hasn't even felt the worst of it. Like by the end of the year, it's gonna be bad. Like because a lot of
we're gonna
the
be
supply
going back to
chain
COVID
is
times.
like
It's not going out
no,
anymore.
I
And
know.
just
Like
like
supply chain is like apparently like 2 months behind. So all the shit that's been happening for the past 8 weeks, like we're not seeing for another month or two still, unfortunately. So,
yep.
Lovely.
All
but
right,
maybe we can
let's
talk about Circana numbers. Got some Circana
yeah, I was
numbers
about
here.
to say, let's get into some
Some
numbers
positive
though.
stuff.
Let's see. Yeah. All right. So Circana, which is Matt Piscatella, giving us some information on some game sales for March 2026, U.S. video game market highlights from Circana. We had a jump 12% in March, driven by console content and hardware. So Crimson Desert, Major League Baseball The Show 26, and Pokemon Pokepia were among the several new releases, fueling overall spending
Copia.
growth. Let's see. We had U.S. projected total market video game spending reached 5.3 billion in March of 2026, a 12% increase when compared to March 2025. First quarter spending grew 5% when compared to a year ago to 14.6 billion.
Yep.
So that's all going up. But I mean, is that because prices are going up? I don't know. Well, uh, we'll see.
Well, this was the
But
last month before the PS5, I
Yeah.
believe, went up. So I think it
uh,
spread a lot of people that
Yeah.
were on the fence, kind of like, well,
yeah, like last ditch here. Let's get it in before
yeah,
everything just jumps. Yeah, we could see a
Yeah.
big dip in April. So
And also,
top 20
yeah.
selling. What's that, Mike?
Well, the Switch 2 exists this year now at this point. It
that too, yeah.
kind of didn't last year.
There. All right, top 20 best-selling premium games. So this is dollar sales, physical and digital from digital data sharing publishers. So if they don't share, it doesn't count. But the number one game this of March was The Show, Mike. So that was on
Yeah,
multiple
the
platforms.
sports games. I'm playing the old one still. I
Yeah,
don't need to
fair
play
enough.
the new one.
Resident Evil still hanging in there. It was number one last week and only dropped one
Yeah.
spot to number two. Uh, Debuting this month also was WWE 2K26 at 3, Marathon which comes in at number
Physical
4.
marathon. Interesting.
Well, it's also
It's
kind of
also digital.
digital.
This
Yeah.
one is also digital.
It
Okay.
depends on who's sharing it.
Yeah,
That's
it
the
depends on
thing.
which
Some
company.
companies don't share.
So Sony.
Sony shares.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
Well, I don't even. Pokemon.
Pokopia.
Pocopia, like
Pokopia.
Utopia.
No, I
Pocopia.
understand, but when you say Pokemon first, and then you want to say it's like a double thing that gets a tongue twist
Tongue
going in there.
twister. Pokemon Pokopia.
Uh,
Pitter patter.
Call of Duty number 6, Monster Hunter Stories, debuted at number 7.
I don't even know
NBA
what that.
2K6 was number 8, Minecraft number 9, and EA Sports number 10. The other debuted game coming in at 15 was Crimson Desert.
Yeah, and the thing is, so again, this is what we always have to talk about with Nintendo titles where they don't share digital. The publisher of Crimson Desert does not share digital, so people were getting up in arms about that. And he's like, "Look, if we were to include that, which we don't know, but our estimates, what we know and how they collect data, they're like,
Now they just said 5 million now. So
yeah,
we know something now.
they said Crimson Desert would have been number 1, then MLB The Show, then Pokopia.
No.
And then Slay the
Yeah.
Spire would have been number 7. So they're like, but again, that's what their own internal projections are based on like consumer data, like statistics on player time, engagement, blah blah blah. So again, just shows how big digital is these days.
Yeah, it's huge. I mean,
And
especially with
we're all
Steam. I mean,
gonna
that's the thing.
lose access once those servers go off.
Yep.
Was there
Maybe.
anything else that you wanted to highlight in there, Tony? I was just kind of
Um,
looking through some more tweets.
People
I don't
are
know if they
itching
call
for
these
a
tweets,
GTA. Look at GTA 5 at 11.
yep,
They're
GTA is still
itching.
there. That's
No,
crazy. It was
the
8.
big,
It dropped. It
yeah,
was 8 last month.
yeah.
Tony.
Big thing there was just the Resident Evil 9 still just leading the charge for 2026, which
Yeah,
is
February when that came out.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. We'll just go quickly here because I thought it was funny. Microsoft is rebranding Microsoft Gaming and bringing back Xbox.
It's another week. When aren't they
People,
changing something about Microsoft?
people are. So Asha Sharma is a great marketer for herself because people are like outside of people like us. A lot of people in the gaming circles are all fawning over her. They're like, she's got it. This is good. She's great. She lowered the price. Game Pass. She's changing the name. I'm like, this the Game Pass thing is like nice for now, but like this doesn't mean anything. It's like it's just PR basically. Like I don't
But
understand,
that's it.
but
This is the
people are
Xbox
all
people.
for her.
This is
They
Xbox
love her.
people. This
I don't know
this
if
is
it's
how Phil started out too. People are like, "Oh, Phil, we
Yep.
needed Phil. Fuck Don Matrick. Fuck him. Phil, you're the future. You're the future of Xbox."
cult of
All the
personality, I guess.
promises, none of
It
them.
is the X. That is the thing that kills me, right? Because at least with like Nintendo and Sony and Steam to a degree, I could be like, oh, people love the games, right? People love Mario, people love Zelda, people love
People
Last
are
of Us,
pretty
people
weird
love
about Gabe with Valve.
yeah, God of War,
Whatever.
right? I mean, you can see like Team Fortress 2 and Counter Strike and Left 4 Dead and Portal and that stuff. When it comes to Xbox, it's like they had Halo. I'd say they fucked that up royally. So what are you fanboying over for Xbox? You're fawning over their CEOs? Like
That's it.
All
Well, I mean,
right,
they had a bunch of titles that they don't have anymore. I mean, they had Halo, they had Gears of War, they had Fable. People still
Gears
like.
game coming out soon, right?
There is, but it's taken a while, and we don't know if it's good yet. Like, I'm excited for it, but I was excited for Marathon too. So like, that goes like, what do I know?
what do I what do I
We've been doing this for so long, man. I put on our 200th episode the other day, not like yesterday. It was pretty funny to look at. Our first thing on YouTube, our episode 200. Check it out if you want
First
to see
video
how we looked
started.
11 years ago.
That's crazy. All right, I think that's enough news for this week.
That's
Uh,
enough.
Thank you for joining us, guys. We are on YouTube every after our stream. We do a Twitch stream on Tuesdays where we do this live. Come and join us. You can join our conversation by in the chat. But we do have these out on YouTube and on podcast forms afterwards. So check it out there. Subscribe if you can, like the videos, and we will see you next week.